Alright, let's continue working on our stats for our sweet husbando. I tried to make a seasonal decor wreath, yes, door wreath. Well, that's off to a great start. A kid spat in my face because I gave him the wrong flavor. What is this world coming to? Why do we still work here? Yeesh. Okay, I need one thing at the ice cream parlor and all the theaters. Such uncomfortable chairs, though. Okay, so I can put that for Monday as well. There we go. Sit on these uncomfortable chairs, why don't we? And a new scene. Ooh, the bar. I skim over the cocktail menu, although I've looked over it so many times that I probably know it by heart at this point. This is a pub me and a couple of longtime friends frequent, so the menu is anything but new to me. Finally, I put the menu down and decide to go with my usual, an apple martini. I'm too tired to be adventurous. We're still friends with these two people and Mystery Shadow Lady. I tell the waitress my order, then look expectantly at my two companions. Long Island iced tea, please. Lia hands her menu back to the waitress without even having opened it. I guess the Shadow Lady is waitress lady. Being the most conservative one of the group, Lia clings to routine. She always orders the same drink without fail. She's married, like I am, to a similarly traditional man. They make a cute, albeit boring couple. Carrie slaps the menu shut, then tosses it the waitress's way. Espresso martini for me. Little bow. Lia and I raise our eyebrows. No Bloody Mary? Whiskey sour? Zombie cocktail? Who are you and what have you done with Carrie? I'm not as predictable as you two. Besides, I didn't get much sleep last night, if you know what I mean. Carrie winks and flashes us a mischievous smile. Lia's like, oh my. Believe it or not, Carrie is actually the oldest of us three. I believe it. Because of this fact, she believes this certifies her to give us life advice. Despite being 3 years my senior, she's still unmarried and has a rather audacious nightlife. Please leave out any explicit details. Or better yet, don't talk about it at all. Oh, you love my stories. You get to live vicariously through them. Another late night with your boyfriend. What was his name again? Todd? No, I broke up with Todd a week ago. I'm with a guy named Marco now. Marco! He's Italian. And, well, he's really passionate. Like romantic? No. Okay, so we were in the middle of this fight, right? And we're screaming at each other at the top of our lungs. And then all of a sudden we just start ravishing each other, and I said no explicit details. Fine, whatever. But anyway, it was so good. The best I've had in forever. Wait, makeup sex? People actually do that? Carrie and Lia both pause a beat, staring at me with wide eyes. Everyone knows makeup sex feels the best. It's just so charged, you know? Suddenly, I feel embarrassed. Don't worry, Amy. I'm with you, girl. I turn to Lia for support. Well, of course Carrie has a lot of that type of sex. But us normal gals, we don't really experience that, right, Lia? Lia lowers her eyes. Even Lia's getting it. You don't mean... You're telling me Mr. and Mrs. Conservative have had makeup sex, but not me and Lawrence? Come on! You haven't had sex, girl, let alone makeup sex. I think it's a normal part of any romantic relationship, Amy. Afterwards, I feel so secure. It's like, regardless of our disagreement, our love still endures. It's really romantic if you think about it. By now, my face has turned a bright shade of red. I feel a sense of insecurity and a need to defend myself. Well, Lawrence is like this. I hold my arm out straight so that it doesn't waver. And I'm more like this. I then wiggle my arm violently to simulate waves. So naturally I've tried to fight with Lawrence, but it's impossible because he's so calm. You don't have to actually fight, honey. You can just make frisky jabs at each other. Playful quips are an intellectually stimulating and amusing form of foreplay. And once you build up excitement and adrenaline in that way, it's easy to transfer it to the bedroom. The point is, you've got to get him all worked up. It doesn't matter how you do it. He could be so mad that he wants to rip your head off. Then you've just got to turn on your womanly wiles and let the fun happen. Blink. I don't think I can do that. Although I wouldn't advise Carrie's method, I would encourage you to think about excitement transference. It's a viable technique that might actually spice up your love life. Shadow waitress is back, with our drinks. Thankful for the interruption, I grab my apple martini and take a much-needed sip. Fortunately, I'm able to avoid embarrassing myself again for the rest of the night. However, as I leave, I can't help but replay Carrie and Lia's words of advice in my head, wondering if they actually have merit. Oh, poor Lawrence. What is he gonna get himself into? I swing open the apartment door, feeling a little lightheaded. After depositing the keys in the small bowl we keep on the entryway table, I wander into the bedroom. Lawrence, I'm home. Light peeks out from beneath the closed bathroom door, giving away Lawrence's position. Curious, I push my ear against the crack and I'm able to faintly make out his hushed voice. What? Oh no. Lawrence, don't do this to me. Don't do it to my heart.
I don't know why she came home early. I've really gotta go. Love you too. Bye.
Is it Mom? Please tell me it's just Mom. His cell phone beeps as he hits the call end button and I can hear him jostle around inside.
Coming. I was just finishing getting ready for bed.
No, you weren't. Oh boy. I twist the handle and enter, hands on my hips. Who were you talking to, huh?
What? I was just brushing my teeth.
He holds his toothbrush up as proof, although his shaky voice is utterly unconvincing. You just finished brushing your teeth, huh?
Yeah.
Sweetie, the bristles aren't even wet. Ashamed, Lawrence reddens. You should be ashamed.
How could you tell?
I couldn't, but I did hear you talking on the phone. So spill, who was it? His shoulders sag as he apparently accepts defeat.
It was... my mom.
It's all I can manage to stifle my laughter. Well, I kind of figured. A married man in his early 30s still calling his mom every night before bed. Well, I mean, she is that kind of mom. And he is that kind of son. He's a good son. So is this why it takes him so long to get ready for bed? I mean, I guess it beats Monica living with us, but it's still kind of, you know, weird. All of a sudden, my mind returns to the conversation I had with Carrie and Lia. Anger can arouse passion. It's like foreplay. But can I turn this into a fight? No, this is dumb. Don't try to start a fight, you stupid woman. I roll my eyes inwardly. Picking a bogus fight with your husband on the off chance that he might sleep with you afterwards? That's pretty sadistic. I think I'll pass. Besides, Lawrence calling his mom to wish her goodnight? That's bona fide level 10 adorableness right there. Absolutely. Wait. Speaking of calling people, when was the last time I talked to Gwenda? I can't even remember. Lawrence, when was the last time I talked to Gwenda? Or the last time we visited her? Lawrence, who has a far better memory than I do, raises his eyes to the ceiling reflectively.
Didn't she call around Christmas time?
Oh yeah.
And you cut the call short because you wanted to watch the Downton Manor Christmas special premiere.
Oh yeah. That's right. I'm a crappy niece. I had conveniently forgotten.
It wouldn't hurt to call every once in a while. I know that you're busy, but taking a few minutes of your time to reach out to an elderly person can mean a lot to them. And when you're in an assisted living facility like Gwenda, there really isn't much going on to entertain you. A phone call, even a short one, could really brighten up her day.
A pang of guilt shoots through me.
Gee, thanks for the PSA, Lawrence. But he's got a point. I should be a better niece to Gwenda. She deserves it. I smile affectionately at Lawrence, truly thankful for his advice. I married such a sweetheart, aww. And to think, Carrie and Lia were urging me to tease him in order to arouse passion or whatever. Pfft, thank goodness I didn't take their stupid advice. Why aren't we friends with those two? They're the worst. I imagine it'd end up having the opposite effect on Sweet Lawrence. Like he'd probably start crying or something. Can you picture that? Absolutely. Awkward. Nah, I think I'll stick with cute, fluffy flirtation and cheesy pickup lines. I love that Lawrence has just been smiling at her while her face has been undergoing all these different expressions, and he's just like, whenever you're ready, sweetie. That's more our style. Yeah, yeah. Give it some time, girl. It'll be good. It'll all be good. Not quite. I'm gonna have to do a one go to bed early. There we go. Lawrence complains that I've been snoring. All you guys do is complain about my snoring. Oh, bed, how I've missed your warm embrace. Taking time for myself. I feel better when I do these weird yoga pose names. Okay, diligence of 26. Lawrence believes in me. I need to work hard so that I don't let him down by working at the ice cream parlor. You just want me to work at the ice cream parlor with you. We were busier than usual today, but Lawrence and I were still able to serve customers quickly. Good job. I gave a crying child ice cream and he said I made his day. Oh, for free? That would really make my day. Scene 5. I lift the old t-shirt out of the drawer and hold it up in the light. The text on the front reads, AP English rocks, while the back is decorated by a graphic of an anthropomorphized rock wearing reading glasses. The cartoonish rock sports a cheesy grin, and his gloved hands are formed into a Fonzie-like thumbs up. Wow, I haven't gone through my clothes in a long time. I've been meaning to for a while, but I finally found the time to tonight. I wonder if I ever wore the embarrassing shirt in public as I hastily fold and place it in the box labeled Donate. I probably thought it was cool at the time to wear a shirt that only kids in advanced placement classes could have. It was like having a shirt that said, I'm smart. It could have also read, I'm a nerd, please punch me. The two phrases seem to be synonymous with each other, especially according to the rationale of cerebrally underdeveloped high schoolers. Ugh. I push thoughts of high school out of my head as I reach for another article of clothing. I've pulled all of my dresser drawers out and set them in the living room as I work. Lawrence is at the ice cream shop checking tasks off of his weekly deep clean list, so he'll be home later than usual. After we got married, I realized that he was much more organized and decluttered than I was. Feeling a bit self-conscious, it spurred me to finally go through my things and gradually minimalize. A snippet of lace peeks at me from the bottom of one of the drawers. Lace? Since when do I have anything with lace? I gingerly grab the piece and pull it out, revealing an alluring and somewhat see-through lingerie dress. The shoulder straps and the hem of the dress are embellished with frills, while delicate lace and ribbon line and accentuate the bust. Whoa. I remember this. Ooh, I bought this when Aaron... Suddenly my heart sinks as I recall our time together. Trust me, girl, he is the biggest butt in the world. You do not need that. Before I fell in love with Lawrence, I was dating the ghost of Aaron. One day, when riding his motorcycle, we were hit by a drunk driver. I didn't sustain any serious damage, but Aaron suffered a head injury resulting in partial amnesia. He retained his childhood memories, but lost any pertaining to the last few years, including any memory of me. While I tried to be there for him, it was difficult with the memory loss. That accident basically wrecked our relationship. Pardon the pun. I sigh heavily as if I'm breathing out the old hurt and tension. It turned out for the best, though. Because of the emotional barrier the accident caused between us, I turned to Lawrence for comfort, and eventually we fell in love. What's the saying? And the rest is history? Besides, I heard that Aaron reconnected with an old girlfriend and is doing well, so it worked out all around. You heard that, or you were there and watched it happen? A la Abigail, unless there's another old girlfriend.
How many girlfriends? Like one, the errand? Exactly? Man, first high school and now this? Who knew going through my clothes would lead to a trip down memory lane? I pull my thoughts back to the present and eye the racy dress as I picture myself in it. I know I've gained some weight since our honeymoon, but I wonder if it still fits. I slip off my sweatpants and oversized t-shirt, then slide the tiny dress on. If Lawrence's mom comes in when I've had this on, I will scream. It's tighter than I remember, and as I make my way to the bathroom mirror, I realize that I'm slightly scared to see my appearance. I hope I don't look like an elephant wearing a doily. I'm just wearing a bra, it's fine. As I flip the light switch, I'm pleasantly surprised to see that I don't look like a bloated beast. Whew. Cool! Sure, my breasts are kinda popping out of the cups, and my thighs are fuller than they were the last time I wore it, but that just makes it look all the more sexy. You work it, girl. The dress, which hugs my bust and flares out and ends at my thighs, even conceals the few pounds I've gained in my stomach. Score! I turn around and inspect the back, spotting some cellulite on the upper parts of my thighs. Guess I look better coming rather than going. But if I dim the lights, maybe it won't be noticeable. I flip the light switch off. There! Problem solved! As I return to the living room and slip my baggy sweatpants back on, I suddenly think of Lawrence. How would he respond if he saw me in this? All I ever wear to bed are t-shirts. False. You wear your bra and underwear all the time. The sexiest article of clothing I have are probably my boys' Spiderman underwear, and I'm only classifying those as sexy because they're too small for me and therefore very tight. Also, Lawrence kinda digs Spider-Man. I was gonna say, he probably would find that much more sexy than that. I'm more of a Batman kind of gal myself, but whatever. You and me, Amy. We are on one wavelength. That's good. Maybe if I wore more stuff like this, then he'd... Wait, I bought and wore this for Aaron. Ew. Is it even morally acceptable to recycle lingerie like that? Like, what if we're in the middle of it, and then I flash back to Aaron? I know I'm probably overanalyzing this, but I can't help it. So I could be a little pushy, I don't know. I have lots of save things, so let's try it. This might end badly, but sorry, Spider-Man, not tonight. It's time to kick things up a notch. I need to know. Oh boy. Excitedly, I collect the dresser drawers and place them back in their correct place. In addition to wearing the lingerie dress, I decide to augment the mood in other ways. I pull the silk sheets we received as a wedding gift, still unopened, and place them on the bed. Then I retrieve a vanilla candle from the hutch in the dining room. After carefully peeling the clearance sticker off of the back, I set it on the bedroom dresser and light it. Ooh. It soon fills the room with a soothing scent and provides favorable dim lighting. All of a sudden, I hear the door click, signaling Lawrence's arrival. Oh boy. Hurriedly, I throw on a sweatshirt, concealing the lingerie. I want it to be a surprise. Hey, ice cream boy. Lawrence soon enters the bedroom, looking more tired than usual. Hard day?
Yeah. One of the coolers broke and the ice cream started melting. We had to transfer it all to the fridge. I'll have to put in a repair order. I sure hope they can fix it soon.
Lawrence undoes his button-up and slips it off, then turns his back to me as he takes off his khakis. Well, as long as we're removing articles of clothing. Please work out, please work out. I pull the sweatshirt off over my head, revealing the lingerie underneath. It's the same old underwear and bra that I've been wearing this whole time. I arch my back slightly, I think. It's a surprisingly uncomfortable position to maintain, because I read an article in Cosmo that good posture is sexy. That is sexy? Or did I read that in Women's Health? I eye Lawrence coyly and see that he's seated on the edge of the bed and removing his socks, but he's still got his back to me. Darn it! Notice me, senpai! Lawrence, did you realize that I lit a candle? I do my best Vanilla White impression as I gesture towards it. Blah! He spins his head around to look, and upon noticing my new bedroom attire, startlingly jumps and falls off the bed. Poor Lawrence. Lawrence, are you okay? I punch up the innocence in my voice, thoroughly enjoying his reaction. He takes a moment to collect himself before standing, still wearing a stupefied expression on his face.
Yeah, it's just, these new sheets are really slippery.
They're silk.
Yeah.
I notice that Lawrence, caught up in all the excitement, has failed to put his dirty work clothes in the hamper. The horror. Though it's a rare occurrence, it agitates me excessively when it does happen. However, tonight I'm thankful for the event, as it gives me a nice excuse to bend over. Oh no. Oh, Lawrence, you forgot to put your dirty clothes in the hamper. I bend over and gather the items, making sure that my derriere is facing Lawrence's direction. Oh god, I hope he doesn't notice my cellulite. I was gonna say, girl, you should bend with the breast forward. As I straighten, I glance at him out of the corner of my eye. The look on his face assures me that he couldn't care less about my cellulite. Pleased, I approach and kiss him softly. While he also leans in, I do notice that his pelvis is pulled away from me slightly. This is so awkward.
I like your, dress.
Thank you. I like that you like it. I lean in to kiss him again, but he turns away.
I, feel dirty from all the cleaning I did at work. I think I need to take a shower.
Oh, okay. Without another word, he retreats to the bathroom.
A cold shower.
Disappointed, I slowly trudge over to the candle and blow it out. Still a bit wound up from all the excitement, I turn on the reading lamp and grab a book, figuring that I won't be able to sleep for a while anyway. As I'm reading, I notice that no steam is emerging from the slightly ajar bathroom door. In fact, as I squint my eyes, I can see that the bathroom mirror is completely devoid of foggy splotches. Strange. Usually Lawrence likes to take really warm showers. I wonder what made tonight different. Oh, Amy, you're so dumb. He needs, like, the coldest of showers after that. Poor boy. Poor sweet Lawrence. Oh my goodness. Well, back to scooping ice cream, I guess. Lawrence, it's okay. Well, after all the scooping you're doing, he'll probably really appreciate looking at your butt now, girl. You think about that all the time. Well, it might not have resulted in anything yet, but I think it's moved things along a little bit. Breaking his resistance down. Slowly. Uncomfortable seats, though. And I'm snoring again. Barf. Not quite enough. Go to bed early. Okay. Oh, bed, how I missed your warm embrace. Am I gonna be at 99%? If so, barf. Scene 6. Oh my goodness. I lift the lid off of the crock pot and smell the simmering green beans. Wow, they smell pretty good. It's hard to believe that these were canned green beans just set on low simmer with a diced onion and a few slices of bacon added in. Ooh. Thank you, Internet, for your guidance on how to make canned and frozen foods taste fresh. Lazy chefs such as myself are eternally grateful. Meanwhile, potatoes boil on the stove because I figure how hard could making mashed potatoes be? It's not too bad. You just boil the suckers and then mash them up. Anyone could do it, right? As for the main dish, I've got marinated chicken cooking in the oven. Oh man, all of this sounds great. Why all this fuss for dinner? Normally I don't bother with something unless it can be cooked in a microwave or a convection oven. However, tonight Lawrence invited his mother over for dinner. There are only a few things Monica is extraordinarily good at, and those would be gossiping, overprotecting, and cooking. Seriously, the woman can make a mean casserole. Cooking is not my forte, so I'm understandably a bit nervous about her coming over. The few times she has been over, she's insisted that she'd do the cooking, which I was fine with at first. Lately, her involvement has felt like an attempt to undermine my position as Lawrence's wife, like a Jocasta complex or something. I shiver at the thought. Most of those Greek myths were pretty messed up now that I think about it. Why did they teach them to school kids again? Suddenly, the doorbell rings, pulling me out of my thoughts. I look at the clock. Monica isn't supposed to be here for another 20 minutes. I listen while Lawrence answers the door, desperately hoping it's not Monica. I hope it's a Girl Scout. I could really go for some Thin Mints right now. What's that smell? Is something burning?
No. I mean, I don't think so.
The deep timbre of the woman's voice tells me it's not a Girl Scout. Whatever. Not changing her voice now.
Well, it's always nice to see you, Lawrence.
I don't like the unnatural emphasis she placed on the word you. Wow, I haven't even greeted the woman yet, and she's already infuriating me.
It's good to see you too, Mom. I don't think dinner is ready yet, so,
I'll just pop in the kitchen and see if I can help out then.
Sure.
No, no, no! Abort! Abort! Distract her or something, Lawrence! Monica enters the kitchen while Lawrence mills about just outside its confines, clearly unsure what to do with himself. Lawrence, help me. Monica, you're early. I speak through gritted teeth, forcing myself to smile.
Well, being punctual is important, dear.
Being punctual implies that you arrive on time. You're early.
Well, it's a good thing I was, since it looks like you need a little help.
No, no, I've got it. I raise my hands defensively in an attempt to keep her away from the stove. Why don't you go sit in the living room and chat with Lawrence while I finish up? Upon hearing his name, Lawrence enters the kitchen.
What? Did you need me?
No. Monica suggested that she help me in the kitchen, and I was just telling her to mind her own business and let me cook. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. It said, be patient with both of them. Wait in the living room with you, Lawrence. You've kindly cooked for me and Lawrence before, so it's about time I return the favor.
Oh, it's no trouble. Let me help. Are those mashed potatoes I see? At least let me make some gravy.
Monica immediately pulls a pot from the hanging rack and opens my spice cabinet.
You don't have any beef broth. Not even beef bouillon cubes. How on earth am I to make gravy without beef broth or bouillon cubes?
I shoot Lawrence an annoyed look, hoping he'll sense my frustration and act accordingly.
Mom, I'd like to show you something in the living room.
Ah, it's nice when the telepathic messages you send are actually received. Monica tears her attention away from my pitiful spice cabinet and turns to Lawrence.
Sure, sweetie. What did you want to show me?
Well...
Lawrence stammers a bit more as he and Monica finally exit the kitchen. Plus 10 points from my husband. I'll have to think of a good way to repay him later. In the meantime, back to cooking. After 15 minutes or so spent tending the food, it's done. I Google similar recipes on the internet and try to plate the dinner artistically, like in the pictures I found. However, all of the ingredients quickly start to run together, and it soon looks like a 5-year-old simply plops some chicken and a couple of sides hastily onto a plate. Stupid Martha Stewart making the rest of us look bad. Sit. I set the table and call Lawrence and Monica to dinner, a little embarrassed by my poor plating. Lawrence, apparently sensing my nervousness, hastily inhales a large spoonful of his mashed potatoes and lets out an exaggerated mmm. Monica, on the other hand, eyes the dish suspiciously but digs in regardless. Though she occasionally pipes it with comments like, "This needs more salt," or "I add slivered almonds to my green beans." The way she devours the food lets me know that she does indeed like it. Relief. Lawrence and I exchange a knowing smile. Not only does Monica approve of something, which is rare in and of itself, but she approves of my cooking. It looks like those many hours of watching competitive cooking competitions on TV has paid off. Huzzah! Finally, Monica leaves, but not without first asking if she can have my marinade chicken recipe. Bonus! I tell her it's a secret family recipe and inwardly pray that she never discovers I lifted it from the back of a frozen chicken bag. Phew. I plop down on the couch, thoroughly exhausted yet ultimately pleased by the good outcome. I can cook! Or at least Monica seems to think so.
Thank you for being so, understanding. I know my mom can be a bit overbearing.
I'm just glad that she approves of my cooking. Thank you, Food Channel, for helping me land in the good graces of my mother-in-law. Lawrence rests in the armchair across from me and lets out a heavy sigh. He looks so tired.
She's really extroverted and she likes to stay busy. Her life is her family, but then Dad died a few years ago, and now I've moved out and gotten married. I think she's just in a weird transition phase. She just doesn't know what to do with herself. It's hard for her to let go of the mothering thing.
Well, she'll always be your mom, but she doesn't have to be so smothering, you know?
I know.
I get it. She's transitioning to a new stage of life. It sucks. But that doesn't mean I'm going to allow her to butt into our marriage. Can't she see that we're trying to transition into a new stage of life too? And she's trying to prevent it.
I think she's just trying to hold on to what she's used to, and that's being a mother. But I know what you mean, and you're right. She's getting better, I think. And thank you for being so patient with her. I know she can really aggravate you, but it means a lot to me that you put up with her.
I smile warmly at Lawrence. He usually avoids conflicts and refrains from taking sides, so it means a lot to hear that he actually agrees with me. Aw, yay! I can't believe I'm at 99%. One more percentage to go. I guess we'll do that this week. Bleh.